We're live.
Promise.
Oh, hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of The Wayward 7.
That was Lauren.
This is good moments. We all love to sing here. Anyway, welcome back. My name is Will. I'm the DM as always so far. It will be always. And before we get started tonight, something interesting. Two interesting things, I guess. First, let's introduce Reagan. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, Reagan. I know these guys from theater. They're pretty cool.
Really
kind of kidnapped me to be here, but it's
that's
fine.
not.
It's fine.
That's
That's not true.
That's not true.
It's
coerced is better word.
Yes.
Persuasion, perhaps?
I received an ominous letter by Bird and was summoned here.
It was a giant bird. It was aggressive. But thank you for coming, Reagan.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
being on the
having
show.
me. I'm so excited.
I can't clap. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? You have another hand. We gave you a hand.
I'm sorry.
We
Hang on.
gave you a hand already. There you go.
Yeah.
That
What?
was really good.
Ethan, why don't you tell me what's going on over there, man?
Aside from the hand, Reagan's here.
Hi, Reagan.
Oh yes, we're at about the end of Pet Appreciation Week. So I brought my pet. This is Tony.
Oh no!
Spelled with a TH.
We killed him finally.
Is he okay?
He can't give a thumb. He's having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, we're just hug it out. Hang on.
Tony, so why did you bring Tony?
It's Pet Appreciation Week.
Excuse me.
And I appreciate my pets, just like I appreciate all of you who subscribe and turn on the notifications.
I was wondering where that segue was.
Not to infer that you're animals or pets, but I just go to Lauren.
Back to you, Lauren.
Back to me. You know, at the end of this Pet Appreciation Week, which is also a Friday. Hi, it's a Friday live stream instead of Wednesday.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't confuse you because I did forget.
How could you forget if you have the notifications turned on the YouTube channel?
Now you have a good segue.
It was good before.
Camera's not even on you, man.
I can't even look at it. Anyway, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Wayward7. Oh my god, I really.
Stop. Mind your business.
There it is. We caught him red-handed. Continue what you're saying.
He keeps distracting me from my spiel. Anyway, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. It's where we post updates. It's where we post shorts, which we also cross-post on here on YouTube. Good times. We occasionally put out polls when I remember. I'm sorry, I have bad memory. But at the end of this Pet Appreciation Week, it'd be such a good time. You know, weekend starting. You can curl up on your couch with your pet and us on YouTube while you watch us. Give us a like.
That sounds weird.
Okay.
Listen, yours sounded weirder.
I didn't tell someone to curl up on the couch with your pet and us.
It's a different day than we normally do it, and you know what? They're a little nervous. So I'm gonna cut them some slack today, but don't worry.
The
guys.
weekend.
Next week
We're getting rowdy.
Hey, it's just like Isabella. It's the weekend.
Don't bring up Isabella. We went 2 episodes without saying your name.
We're doing so good. Now we have to dog on Isabella.
Again, we have to. We don't have a choice.
I didn't agree to this when I came here. I love Isabella.
Yeah, no. That's
At least someone does.
Okay.
All right, so I think if everybody's got anything else to say, everybody good? All right, let's just go ahead and get into tonight's episode.
Roll the intro.
That was also
Hi, everybody.
Once again, we like to sing.
Well, we do like to sing in our free time. I think we're.
Can you tell we met through theater?
I'm
Can
Tony.
you tell we're musical theater
Just
people?
a bunch of theater kids doing theater
Crazy.
kid things.
It's crazy. Anyway,
Theater kid thing.
so last time we left off, the party moved on. They gathered their resources and headed out of the city of town of Coley to eventually the city of Hamarr, and did it with surprising pace and with very minimal issues. They were thankfully joined again by Darrow, who had recovered enough to join them from the ensuing rot they had gained from the all-felled Oleander. And they had discovered, fortunately, some very nice things along the way there.
Yeah, we did.
About 900 gold. And so, with their and some jewelry and some nice robes that Chris the lizard
Chris
man
ripped.
is now- Chris is ripping. That being said, that brings us here to the gates of Hamarr, where they had been waiting their turn to get to the gates, as many people are being halted, searched, and kind of looked over. But they were approached by two intrepid people. of a duo.
Intrepid?
I don't know. You tell me.
They were pretty intrepid.
They're pretty trepid. That being said, these two interesting folk by the name of Throp and Winsel, who very seemingly really wanted them to go on a citywide tour, in which they did get a sizable discount and they get to keep the cups. Can you believe it? But that being
Get to
said,
keep the
as
cups.
they have presumably agreed to a meeting with the two within inside the city after stabling their horses, that's where we are. As I can't. I'm sorry. As the three of you have your mounts heading towards the kind of larger stables here, what are you guys doing?
I guess we're gonna. So they said that we could bring our mounts, or we were gonna ride in their carriage. Because they said they had a permit for.
They had mentioned that you need a permit to ride your mount within the city. There's a lot of off-limit areas and such.
But
Or
regardless, we need to stable our
Yes.
horses, right?
Yeah, you can try and go through the town guards if you'd like. Go talk to them, but they are stopping people, and you do see people going to the stables.
Okay.
I guess we'll go ahead and stable the horses
Yeah.
then.
So
And the bird.
The bird.
and the bird. So taking a minute to go over to the stables, you see that there are these kind of large barns, and there's quite a lengthy line for some of them, but there seem to be some lower end ones that are further down that don't seem to have as many people kind of waiting here at the side. But could take anywhere from an hour to talk to the nicer stables, or you could go to one of the smaller ones.
So we could go to the smaller ones.
Wherever takes the bird.
Yeah.
All right, so walking further down the walls here, eventually kind of coming to one of these larger plots of land where there's some agriculture, crops growing, and other sorts of things. As people are kind of tilling the soil there, you kind of see one of them look up and say, "Oh, there's a bird on a bird."
I knew it was about me.
And you kind of see the door kind of open. It's like, "What?" He looks over. "Oh,
Hello.
y'all looking for stables?"
Yes.
He kind of steps off the front porch and kind of dusts off his hat and kind of puts it. "You come to the right place. What are you trying to stable?"
We're trying to, our two horses and our bird. The one, the mount one.
So just one.
Just the one bird.
There's only one bird you're saying. I'm getting weird looks. I'm sorry. I've never. Anyway, so this is awkward, but yeah, I can
And-
do that for you.
3 horses, I'm sorry.
3. Oh yeah.
Chris is going like this.
Chris pointing at his striped horse as you ride Lady Stripey.
She told me that was her name.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, sure. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 mounts.
4 mounts.
4.
4 mounts.
4 mounts, 3 horses, 1 bird.
1 bird, the bigger one.
The big bird.
bird.
For how many nights?
I guess we could do 2. we could just do one and see where it goes.
I say 2 for
I think
safety.
we would need
We don't.
more.
Yes.
I'm inclined to say 3.
I was gonna say we could come back and repay if we need to. We can go ahead and do 3.
3 nights. Okay, that's a lot. He kind of takes out his bag and pulls out some paper. So 3 mounts, 3 horses and 4 mounts. 3 horses and a bird.
Yes. The
What-
big one.
Big bird. What are the mount names?
Urena is the bird.
Urena the bird.
Then we have. Stripey,
Stripey.
Lady Stripey.
Late.
The horse told me the
Lady
name.
Stripey.
I promise.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
I feel like that's worse.
Dirt.
Dirt.
And dirt. Apt. All right. Well, kind of snaps and you see this one kind of drop the trowel that he has and kind of run over. Take the reins. We'll take good care of him.
What's the name of the stable?
This stable, as you look over to the side, it says Hawthorne on the stable.
No, he haunts me.
So that being said, you've left your mounts at Hawthorne's and entrusted them to him. But that being said, as his son kind of takes him over, they're pretty ramshackle. 4 mounts, an exotic, a fairly nice breed, and then two draft horses. Or I guess that Stripey's an exotic.
No, it's a horse.
It's more of a
Make a
draft.
deception check.
I would know if it's not a horse. I just think it's a horse because that's what he told me.
He looks pretty exotic. Stripey looks fairly exotic. What'd you get?
13.
13? I'm gonna mark him down as exotic.
Okay.
As far as feeding and the purpose that he serves, it essentially is no different from dirt.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
21.
I'll mark him down as a right in them. How about that? So, for the 3 and the 1, for 3 days, that'll bring you about 90 gold
90 total.
total for all 3 days.
I'll mark it off.
Oh.
So you mark off the 90 gold. He takes it and says, we'll take good care of him.
Thank you.
You can trust me on that. And he takes the reins and leads them over to the stables and starts putting them in.
I guess we
I like the picture though of like riding on Urena and then like Icarus dismounts and it's like looking up
He
at
looks out of the-
Hawthorne.
Wow. But anyway, how tall is Icarus again?
410, I think.
4'10"? Okay, cool.
Hang on, I have
I
it right
forget that.
here. It is.
I
Yep.
couldn't remember if it was just over 5 or just under 5.
It's just
4'10".
over 5. Right, because I'm a foot taller
And
than
yet,
you.
I know people way shorter than that. Anyway, that being said.
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, that being said, you have stabled your horses at a fairly decent time, kind of immediately. So, heading back to the main gate, or you want to walk around the edge? What you doing?
I guess we're gonna go try to find our
Tour guides.
They said their names were
More
Wenzel.
Throp and Wenzel.
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 Wenzel. and
Wenzel.
Throp. Yep. Wenzel was the taller one. Throp was the smaller one. So, as you head back towards the gates, they had said that they will be inside. So, as you approach the Hroskar, who are kind of watching the edge here, and kind of weaving your way past the large carts and carriages that you kind of see are having discussions about, what are these for? What are you taking? Kind of full inspection of everything that's coming in and out of the city. You see one of the Eilifgar kind of walks up and stops you. Kind of this very rusted steel armor. Not necessarily a helmet, but a kind of eye mask that's kind of been pulled up and kind of almost an ornamental mane that kind of come from the back. What can I help you with?
We're trying to get into the city. We had met some people just outside the gate here who wanted us to meet them inside.
What are you in the city for?
Champion's Pursuit.
looks over and kind of sees the banners that hang at your side. Kind of gestures over. But pat you down, make sure you're not taking anything illegal. So, are any of you smuggling anything?
I don't think I am.
No, I mean, hold on.
I don't.
I think anything suspicious I gave to the swamp witch.
Yeah. I don't
And
think
watch as one of the Icarus just kind of quickly just kind of runs his hands down the shoulders, down the sides. It's just kind of, now the standard weapons, move. You're clear. You're clear. And eventually, everybody kind of goes through, but you do see that there's kind of an awkward stop as Chris is holding Herb out for them to search, and they kind of and there's kind of a debate between the two.
I forgot about that.
And they. It doesn't seem and they kind of let Herb go as Chris kind of puts him back on his shoulders and moves to the gate. But you guys enter the city. It is quite expansive. Not many tall buildings here, but what's noticeable about the buildings is that the majority of them are these long houses. Lots of them seem to feature almost as if they are overturned boats that have the buildings kind of coming underneath them. Likely, which they are. You see that many of them kind of have holes towards the center where smoke seems to be rising out, and it kind of has a very smoked meat smell to this section of the city. It's kind of strange and aromatic as you kind of see that this section of the city seems to be very much regulated. There's a formation to all the houses, and the vast majority of the populace seem to be Ilfgar. Not many civilian-like types walking around, other than the people who are getting through the gate and kind of making their way towards the center of the city. But as you enter, you notice that standing kind of next to a dolled-up carriage, so to speak, and two large horses, are both Wenzel and Throp. As Wenzel, or you see Throp start to say something, and Wenzel kind of extends his arm. Ah, you made it! Ah, my dear friends, we would like you to meet our lovely Sister Gwyneth. And he kind of gestures up towards, if you'd like to describe yourself.
Yeah. So Gwyneth is a really tall red dragonborn. She has orange eyes and these two long ivory horns coming up from her, like above her eyebrows. She's kind of slender. Like she's got muscle to her, but she's nothing like, she's intimidating, but not too intimidating. And do you want me to introduce myself?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Okay. Gwyneth kind of just nudges. Was it Winthrop?
Wenzel?
Wenzel, yes. Wenzel, and nods her head. She's like, hello, I'm Gwyneth. As Dummy 1 said, I will be...
Number 1. See Throp.
This is Dummy 2, you've already met, and I'm not Dummy number 3, don't get that.
Chris is gonna walk up, lean on the carriage.
Okay, you're doing this for us.
Down, boy, down.
Okay. And Gwyneth is just, hello.
He can never
For
control
you,
himself.
Chris, which is Evan's character, is this like 7-foot blue dragonborn.
Hello.
Sister?
Yes.
Yes.
Throp is my brother, and this is my sister Gwyneth.
Father was a bit of, how you say,
He got around.
yeah.
Your father was like Chris.
Hopefully not.
Hey.
Well,
Please ignore him.
yeah,
Um,
I've taken note of that.
Right, so, would you guys like to take the tour now?
Yeah, what's on the agenda
Wonderful
for the
sight.
itinerary?
Well, first we're going to start with the left side, if you'd like. We could start with the right, but it wouldn't make much sense, and we'd have to charge you a little extra. But if you're really driving a hard bargain, we can do it. You want to start with the right, then?
Which side is
Which
the
one's cheaper?
horns?
Are you asking him?
Well, I mean, I assume we could have sort of seen as we...
In reference to what they're talking about, I would say you know the ports are to your right, or presumably where the water is.
Okay, I'm just gonna point to the other side so that we could finish it and be like, we'll start there.
Over there. Well, that's the middle. We'll charge a little bit of an extra fee. That's okay. Just 2 gold. But
2
I'll
gold's
say-
kind of running it, don't you think?
All right.
These nice people.
Just 1 gold extra and 1 gold extra for taking you to the other side.
I
Sound
think
fair?
that's fair.
Start around, do it the backwards way. It's fun and interesting. Throw up your rock.
I'm gonna
You see
just
the rock
kind of
coming.
like be holding tightly onto my bag and like heading to fun, just like
So you see Wetzel kind of climbs in, leans down a hand, and picks up Throp, and both of them kind of sit in the riding mounted position of the carriage. It is a kind of inward-facing circle as the door's kind of been left open for you guys. Gwyneth, you climb in, presumably, and take your seat kind of facing them. And you guys getting in?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so.
I'll push Chris and Herb in first.
Okay. Hey, thanks. He takes the large seat in the back and puts Herb in his lap.
Gwyneth is watching this with like interest. She's like, "This is the group we chose."
Throp leads back. Trust us, it's a good mark, and
Alright.
they're willing to pay full price for everything.
Oh, is that what you're?
That's what they told me.
Oh, nice.
Nice people.
So-
Seems like it.
Is our plan to find a ship to charter from here?
Yes, that would be
Carriage
the
take
ideal.
off.
Gotcha.
Well, finding a ship is a bit tricky around
It's a
here.
bit
In a
hard.
port city?
It's a bit
But
hard.
we know plenty of connections. It will take us, a few rides around the town to do so.
How
Well,
many
we
of
can
you-
stop by the port first if you'd like, which we already agreed to. So we're going to go there, and I'll do my bit. Gwyneth, if you want to enchant them with the history of the city.
I will definitely do that by song, might I add.
You
I have a song about this. I pull out my lyre. Would you guys like to hear? There's a ditty.
Are we really paying for this?
Oh, we haven't discussed the subject of payment yet. A song is a little extra, but I promise you it's well worth it.
It's
Wait.
not much. It's really just it's a very
Brothers,
small-
tell them, don't I sing a lovely song?
She is the most gifted person I've ever listened to.
What's the vibe check on that?
Make an insight check.
It still might be better than whatever
17.
Wiggum was singing.
Rest in peace.
He's not better.
On her being a good player at the lyre, I would say seems to be telling the truth. But
I know plenty about the city. I could educate you in more ways than you could ever understand.
Is there a way that doesn't involve a song?
No.
You know what? Let's have fun. We've had so much depth and lots of things
Exactly.
happen.
I
I
love
like
songs.
you.
I would like
So much fun.
some joy.
And you know what? And I will provide it in the best way possible. For
At a
2
discount.
coins. 2 gold.
it's worth the price. I'd say so too.
I nudge them.
Shut up.
Okay, fine.
2 gold for a song. Ah, you're getting a deal, I swear. Alright, so do I need to make a history roll or a check?
Are you being truthful with what you're about to tell me? Or are you just gonna sing?
Yes, I mean, I think yeah.
Okay,
I
go
think
ahead and
never
make a history check for me.
Okay.
And a performance check.
What do I roll?
D20.
D20.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me which rolls which. Declare
History.
it
Put
before
it
you
in
roll.
here.
Okay.
Put it in here.
I do love a good ditty.
13 for.
Plus.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Scroll.
History is
Oh, wait,
a plus
that
1,
is-
14.
Okay, 14.
And then another 13, or is that
No,
an
that's
18?
an
18 plus 11.
Okay.
So
29 performance.
29 performance.
It's a really good song.
Yeah. if nothing else, if you don't get an education.
The education section is a little light. it's a little sparse.
You're so entertaining and informative.
Wait, so where's Chris sitting in the
Chris is right at the back of the carriage, just kind of, he let him in first, so he
Yeah.
took the big seat in the back.
If I didn't have a lady love, I'd take you.
Well, no. She kind of like scoots away from him. She's very weirded out by him.
I hope I'm playing true.
I really hope you clear this all.
He would be hitting on my aunt anyway.
That being said,
he would be doing this. Let's.
Hope I'm true to you.
The carriage ride kind of takes you to the middle. You don't really give much information on where you are right now, as this is not what they paid for as part of the tour.
Right.
As of the moment, this is the left side of the city. You would know, and you guys are traveling to the middle and then the right, and then you're going back to the left.
Right.
But the information you guys do parse is that this is an older city, one of the oldest cities in the country of Haras. There is many of these kind of boat-like houses were made by legend says early settlers who used their boats to declare a home, a land for them to stay versus traveling. And some basic other information you'd be told is that it is a well-fortified town, as there's many myths and kind of histories of both Fort Ossiber and Fort Skull defending the Grand Harbor here from incoming Cilicians and people from Izumi. The song would have been about many of those battles, and they all end the same.
Censor anything about the left.
Yeah,
it wasn't
the song,
me.
I'm like, we're not old enough.
Yeah, the left side of the city is kept secret.
I was 3. That's
Um,
plenty old.
But that being said, eventually, kind of passing by through this interesting first district with the more organized houses, you eventually get to a kind of a district that mostly comprises itself of these kind of hut-like structures where you see lots of lumber is being brought in. There are many kind of sawmills and different sorts of areas where they are cutting, carving, kind of hand-making the fronts of boats, the stern posts, and different sections of the such, and then putting on carts to move out somewhere else. And eventually you get to kind of this main road that connects with this section of the city. And you kind of see throughout kind of terms of, we've reached our first destination. This is the timber flow. Welcome to the main road of the city. This is where all the timber from the, oh, my arm. Come on, bad ones. From the Wraithwood comes all the way down and through the middle of the city to be dispersed between the market and the hidden part of the left side of the city that my brother here is going to tell you about later. But right here, you notice at the middle, that's the docks right there. Now, you need special permission to get inside the docks, but if you need to, I think we know a guy.
We know plenty of people in the city. We can definitely help.
But, you know, it's mostly, they build military ships here. Long ships for that kind of sort of transport of goods for military purposes versus commercial. If we want commercial, you've got to go to Arela. That's where all that stuff is. Right? So, but it is a marvellous port, defended by the 2 forts, and a beautiful song.
A beautiful song indeed.
But as we continue down, kind of see the carriage veers off and starts heading down towards the right side of the city, presumably. This right here, this is the residential district, and kind of points. These are more kind of made with lumber and more traditional houses for something that's further up north, steering away from the long ship kind of style. But they're still there, but they're more sporadic, kind of multi-tiered here and there, and there's more people going about. There's bakeries, there's more kind of different sorts of butchers and kind of produce section here. As this city slowly transforms from residential to the market. This is where all the shops are. This is the marketplace. You want to go down this road and you see the western or the eastern road lays out here. That's the market, but careful now. If you look over, you see the wall gets bigger, right? It's the stone wall. That is the dune wall. On the other side is kind of where the desert is, and all the wind pushes the sand up against the wall. And we do pay people to push it back.
We don't.
We don't know.
We
Not
don't.
us. Not us. Not quite the coin for that hoity-toity sand-pushing life. But let me trust you, mate, is a good-paying job, but doesn't quite bring as much cheer and joy as giving out to us. That being said, if you want to take the eastern road, there's a little tunnel there, but I would advise against it as the rolling dunes are quite unforgiving, I've heard. I have. And as he kind of rounds about the market, alright, now we're kind of doing it backwards, so I guess we have a minute for small talk, Gwyneth.
Well, thank you, brother. So what do you guys...
just a question, I'm sorry, we get to keep these?
Yes,
you did pay, yes.
You did
paid
pay.
for the
You did.
Yes,
you get
yes,
to keep
so yes,
the
we get to
cups.
keep them.
Yes.
What kind of beverage did they serve
It's
us?
water. It's water. You see there's like a lemon. There's a lemon in it.
It says like a quarter of a lemon, not even a slice.
Yeah, they didn't
it's a
slice
quarter.
it. There's quarters.
It's like been used.
Might have.
We have a little bit of a supply issue, but cups all yours. Free water refills as well.
Yeah.
Chris is also loving it.
It's great.
I'm gonna
So
get my
what
cup
are you
to
going to the big
Chris.
city for? What are you going to the big city for?
Well, we're part of the Champions Pursuit, so
Oh, really?
Wow.
yes. So
That's crazy.
we're just needing to charter a boat to go the waterway instead of the desert way.
So what are you after?
The prize, the trophies for the Champions Pursuit.
Yes, but which trophy in particular? Isn't there multiple?
Yeah, there's multiple.
Right now
but
we're
kinda
trying to
just,
get
like,
to Aurelia.
We're kind of, because they usually tell us what's there when we're there.
Oh,
Oh, you don't know? What is it? I don't know. We've heard, we've given tours to many champions before.
But none have said anything.
Well, we hear bits and pieces, you know, that we've heard of a plant man and some creatures of sorts. I heard a dragon once, but...
I would hope not a dragon.
Oh, I wouldn't want to.
That would make it awkward for me if
Quite
I were in the race.
I mean, we fought undead, we fought plant monsters, elementals.
So you guys must be very strong.
You could say that, yeah.
Chris is like, yeah, I am.
Oh, that's quite interesting. You look very powerful. Quite
So-
With the 410 bird man.
Yeah.
I was going to actually ask about that. How did you come about? I've only ever seen smaller birds.
Are you talking about the big bird that we rode in on, or are you talking about just having a bird? Oh, we're just talking about
I told you about it. They had a big bird.
They had a big bird.
He's a bird on a bird.
It's a bird and a
He was a
bird.
bird.
Nice.
It's the same question as if I asked you where you came from, because I've only ever seen little
Technically-
lizards this size.
Well, we know half the story.
Yeah, you know about our father.
Oh,
Bastard
Dad.
he is.
So wait, both of you guys came from eggs?
Actually, that's.
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm not going to answer that.
I don't want
Actually,
the answer to that one.
Sorry, I just thought about it.
interesting thought. You're very much intellectuals, it seems.
Well,
Again, Chris. Oh yeah, I am.
so what are you guys thinking? We need to find a boat, maybe do some shopping?
Oh, I know all the best shopping locations. It will, of course, cost you extra,
Well,
but
that's a different tool. We just have
It's
to
a
charter a
different
different tool.
tool.
If you want to charter a different tool, we can do that anytime.
No, it's
and
fine.
I'll tell you this.
It's
I'll
quite
tell
a
you
good
this.
one, though.
I offer more than my brothers here. Winslow, just you know.
Well, I
She's
mean,
the
you-
better tool master. so
I mean, you do
we like
need
tools.
strong men to help with the carriage, so you have to have the lovely lady toward the city, right?
Absolutely.
I guess I could offer a discount.
The normal tool was 50 gold, but how? I mean, they are business premier class. So.
They are, that is true. And they provided me with lovely company past the 2.
The 30 minutes we've
Imbeciles.
been riding, yes.
Yes, that I've been living with for a while. So I guess I could. 2 gold each. How does that sound?
On top of the 30.
To do what?
30?
To go
Yes,
shopping.
It
it
was
was a base
10.
50, but business premier's only 30.
Yes.
You told us it was 10.
We agreed on.
No, for her tour. For our tour,
For my
of course,
tour.
it is still 15. I'm adding in all the expenses that you already paid for, the songs, the drinks, and taking you around. It totals 15.
I think we'll be fine with just one tour.
Well, I mean, if you say
All
so.
right. Well, you're not going to know.
That's what they all say at first, but then they're going to look at the left side.
Which, might I add, has the best armor.
Absolutely.
But I guess you'll never know.
Did you say armor?
Well, this is more of a generalized
I
tour.
personally really think that we should take Gwyneth up on her tour. I think that, we can really only
Maybe
gain
I am
value.
starting to like you.
Damage, Chris.
Chris,
I mean,
if you want
I
to pay
just think
for it,
that-
by all means.
I mean,
I'll
I don't
give you
want
a
to.
discount.
I don't want to split up. Should give us a discount, guys.
I'll give you a discount.
Everybody's collectively Chris right now.
Evan, I hope we're doing
Listen,
great.
it takes the efforts of all of us to fill the
Village.
shoes. It takes a village to be Chris.
I mean, you kind of really have to stack us on top of each other to really fill in the shoes of Chris. But
So, this is the left side of the city. We're entering, which is kind of strange, the timber flow, but going in. This, right here, where all the carving is being done, is the carver's board. This is where all the ship parts are made and then brought inside to be fitted. It's very interesting, this is where a lot of the jobs in the city are from. There are many carvers here. We have the best carvers in all the lands. You won't find a better carver than carvers here at the carver's board. That being said, we're moving on to the next district. This is the barrack town which you entered through. You've been wondering what all these boathouses are. Well, let me tell you, they're ships turned upside down, believe it or not. They used to float. I was just as shocked.
These houses used to float.
At one point, until they flipped them around, and now they serve as the barracks for all the Eilifgar that are stationed here, as this is one of the largest naval ports here, if not one of the only.
Wow. Herb, can you believe it?
Herb takes out his notepad. Yes.
and he also says yes,
Yes, he also speaks yes while he shows it to you.
just in case you can't read.
But in the barracks town here, there's its own sort of trade here, and you notice that there are small kind of separators here, the little walls. Now, you don't want to get lost in barracks town without Eilifgar armor, otherwise you'll get pulled over and arrested. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't know. It wouldn't be me. I couldn't know that.
You've never been arrested.
None of us have, sister. It would be a tragedy.
Vibe check.
Clean
I was
records,
about
all
to
of
say,
us,
vibe
really.
Yeah, both of you can make it say check.
5 check him. 15.
15?
1 plus 2 plus 2. You know, it comes out to 3.
It's hard to read.
You know what? We can't say much.
We have clean records, the lot of us, I promise.
Yes.
I wish I could say the same.
We are very
Oh.
reputable people and know many of the head honchos here in town.
I will clean my record.
Throp here played cards with the commander last night.
Did he?
Throp turned up. That odd did.
Did you win? Because I love playing cards.
This one is.
Oh, you do? I forgot about that.
He kind of looks at, oh yeah, I'll beat Commander Ostek and made a run with some money. But he said he didn't have money on him, so he owed me a favor.
Gwyneth,
So if
like,
you're-
reaches up and smacks him on the back of the head.
Oh, it was a good time.
Oh, so you're really good at cards then.
I don't want to brag, but yes.
Nastani, you like cards too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What if you two played a game? And if Nastani wins, then we get the tour with Gwyneth at no charge.
Oh, we only like to play at our home turf, August Rest. So if you like, we can tour you there too.
For an extra price.
It's the best place to gamble this side of the naval
Right.
hall.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you away with
It's
mentioning
quite
Nastani's
alright.
proficiency.
All
And
my nerves have quelled. It was merely a fright.
No, it wouldn't be fair without Rena here. You do know how she loves to play.
I think if we wait until we got back home, we would have a more better time. We could actually refill your cuts there as well.
For a price.
No, actually for free.
Refills are free.
Refills are free.
Refills
Believe
are
it or
free,
not.
guys. It's great.
He has like both his and Herb's mug, because Herb is like sitting in the mug.
I also gave him mine. It's worth
3
mentioning.
mugs, 1 man. So, if you like, we can take you to one of the finest taverns inns this side of the city, or we can take you to the other tavern inn on that side of the city.
Have we completed the tour and they just trying to like...
They've taken you around. Did you want the historical one, or?
I have a song.
I think we're good. We just need to know how we can get a ship.
Oh.
That's
well.
the main reason that we're here. I mean, the tour was nice.
I would like to point out, if you need a ship, you're going to need some connections. And I know a guy who has quite a few connections in this city. And he takes his hat off and puts it on Throp.
And I take the hat from Throp and put it on myself.
Chris is gonna point to one of like the houseboats. Can we just take one of those?
No. No.
Put them right there.
People live in those.
It doesn't float anymore. You know, it would have been smart if they just put the house on the boat. But here we are. We made the boats houses.
Houseboat.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
You would have to kick all the people living in them out. Is that?
Yeah.
I'd also say you'd have to move it and the walls now.
No, I would
I can
prefer
move it.
a boat that's already, in the water.
And that I can get you.
Tell you what, it sounds like you people are in a pickle, and I think we can help you out. Me and my brother and my sister here,
Yeah.
we know every ins and out of the city. Where are you trying to get?
We're trying to get to Arela.
Oh, well, that's great, because it's the #1 place people try to get to through here. But it's hard, so you're going to need some help. Now, for a small price, hear me out, for a small price, I will offer all of our services for the rest of your stay here. For a small fee. Very small. 30 gold.
So wait, I'm confused. All services. We didn't ask for any other services.
This service, us helping you find a way to travel and helping you
Our
guide your
information.
way there.
In our connections.
Our connections, our mini connections,
Well-
which we do have.
How about 15?
Make a persuasion check. 8. I would be willing to upgrade you to business premier to 20.
Could you meet me in the middle? 17.
Is that the middle?
18.
What do you
You
think?
know, 18 is actually quite cheap. Why don't you just like, up it to 15?
Do not. No. She
No.
like pushes him aside. And it's
All
like,
right.
we'll do 18. Your
I'll pay
original
you.
offer.
But only after we get the boat.
Oh, well, we have to do all transactions up front
Yes.
and personal.
I'll pay you a 5 gold deposit.
Believe it or not, we have been swindled before.
No.
And it does
It
hurt our
was
feelings.
horrible on
It was
us.
a horrible-
We actually did have to go do sand work.
Gwyneth was in the sand mill for 5 days.
It was terrible.
They only gave her the small shovel.
The smallest.
The small
She's
shop was
so
like,
tall.
And it didn't work.
It hurt her back.
That's it.
If only there was someone shorter who could have helped her.
Alright,
Looking
fine.
at Throp.
Pay the 18.
You give
But
Throp
the
the
rock
18?
was so small, he was getting
Absolutely.
buried.
Thank you for inquiring our services.
And then I'll give him the 10 for it. So,
With the fees that you guys have agreed to, it is 15 for the initial tour.
okay. Then I'll give him the 15.
Hey,
Yeah,
crop
no,
tops.
for it.
All right, so
So we're all paid up.
you guys are all square with them.
Thank you for your business.
Yay, we're square with the swindlers. Yeah.
Swindlers?
Oh,
I
well,
never.
I never.
We are hardworking individuals.
We are quite well aware that this is a premium experience, but I assure you, you are not being swindled.
Never.
It's quite a low price.
So what's the plan for
These
the
guys
boat?
are just at the bike tours in Central
Right,
Park.
well, we should go to a place to plan, shan't we?
Shut
All goes
Wait.
rest.
You don't
Yes.
have a plan.
Yeah.
All goes rest. Well, we'll
We have
discuss that.
plenty of
We
plan.
don't want to give this information out to the public for free.
Exactly.
No, we must go to the August rest. I
You know-
insist.
I insist.
We all
The
insist.
first good
I
idea my
insist,
brothers
guys.
had.
I also insist.
You know, as long as it's on you, you know.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Gwyneth, you take this one.
See, we have our own room. And you guys are more than welcome to play cards and we could do our dealings there, but you will have to get your own room.
Afraid we don't run the tavern. We cannot provide you a room.
We already have 2 beds and I get my own. I don't
Share.
deal with them.
So you can't share?
Absolutely not.
She has trust issues.
Very much so.
It's because of your father.
Oh, see, let's not dive into that.
So, that being said, Winslow turns the carriage around once again and starts to head towards the center of town, where eventually you're taken up the lumber flow district to this kind of interesting place, a very narrow building kind of squeezed in between others, where a very kind of janky sign kind of waves in the light breeze here and says the Augurs rest on it.
The auger?
Augurs, yes, augurs. Yep.
Augurs.
Anyway, but you see as Throp kind of hops off, opens the door, and holds it open. This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the place.
I feel like Chris is gonna like shove past everyone and get out first.
So you guys disembark. And so I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to go just park the carriage real quick, and I will momentarily join you. Excellent. And he pushes right off. As Throp kind of once again goes to the auger dress and opens the door for you guys and gestures you inside.
I stand by him and I'm like tousling his hair.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
So I go in.
Yeah.
I guess go up to the bar.
Yeah, it's a kind of quiet tavern. There are other patrons here. It's not necessarily shady here on the main street of the city, but it's definitely kind of a lower end kind of place. But there you kind of see the barkeep. This kind of half elf woman who kind of looks over, sees Throp kind of poking through the door, and just.
You know these guys?
No.
I'll take an ale.
She turns around and you pay her the silver it would take to get an ale.
Do you have tea?
She goes around and gets you tea and silver.
I turn to Throp and I'm like, go get us a table. And then I head to the bar where you guys are sitting and I turn to you guys and listen, I know my brothers can be a bit much, so to do some reprimands for that, I'll buy you all your drinks. And
Oh, nice.
buy your drinks.
Very kind.
Are you guys going to take advantage of this generosity right now? Or are you
Yes.
going
I'm still drinking my tea.
to? Okay.
I'll
I
get
just-
some tea.
I know how much they can be, and I'm sure they give you a little bit of a hard time getting into the city.
Oh, it's fine. We've met plenty of interesting folk on the road, so. And
Well, speaking of interesting, you guys are very interesting to me. I'm just so curious. I know you mentioned a couple of the trophies before, but what other trophies have you won?
well, I mean, those are the monsters we fought. So, I mean, we've just grabbed something that's evidence as to that we, slayed the beast.
Interesting.
And we give it to we don't have it on us, so it's with our sponsor, so they keep it safe for us.
That's very smart. You never know what kind of people you'll run into.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You really don't.
Well, I just mean, I've really been interested in the races, and I just never met anybody that was in the races before.
does the Champion's Pursuit not come through here? Like, do they never?
Not very many. I mean, we do get travelers that come through here and rest, but no, never really have we ever experienced it here.
Okay.
I
mean, to be fair, never have I. This is my first time doing the Champion's Pursuit, or being anywhere but home, so.
well, I can't help but say this. I'm sorry if I'm coming up with it too strong. I've never had a girlfriend before.
Whoa.
Not like that. No. Not like that.
You see Throp in the booth.
I mean, a friend that's a girl. I've been stuck with Winslow and
You
Rob.
never had a girlfriend.
That's funny. Chris, neither have I.
Everybody knows when Chris shows up.
Neither am I. We have so much in common.
She's like, he keeps coming near me.
You're a lizard. I'm a lizard.
So,
I just mean I have never had a girl that's a friend that's a girl. I've just been stuck with Winslow and Throp for a lot of time.
I really had one. Well, actually, technically, my sisters do count, but they're also like.
They're your sisters, though, right?
Yeah, but how old are they in? Well, they are 68, but
Oh,
that would be no, not 6. That's no. Basically, they're 8.
they're well, we're very close in age. I'd love to be your friend if you'd let me. If not, I totally understand. I'm a complete stranger.
I do like having friends in cities.
It's wonderful.
Free friends.
Yes. My friendship comes at no charge. I actually just play the part so Winslow and Throp feel like.
Is Throp still in the doorway, just like?
Drop is over at kind of one of the larger booths, and it was like definitely just kind of listening, sipping on a drink, like a little straw. Like,
Trust me, I know brothers can be difficult. Don't we all know how brothers can be difficult? Specifically mine. He's a pain in my butt.
My brother can also be very difficult.
Well, then I think we're going to be good friends, especially if you have experience with brothers. Two. I have many.
Many? Oh, right. I forgot
Many
about
a
that.
brother, many a sister that I've never met, but mostly brothers.
I've
Well,
met
actually, we're on a quest looking for the rest of our siblings, but
the wild
you know,
waters.
there's kind of.
You know, if you find enough of them, then you could enter the Champions Pursuit because you'd have a big. Technically, you'd have a big enough team with your brothers, but I don't know if they'd last on the road.
No. You see what I'm working with, right?
So maybe you should find more, and then you'll be able to go in the race yourself.
That would be lovely. Wait, I couldn't join your team, could I?
I think there's like legal paperwork.
Oh.
There's a lot of people.
We'd have to talk to our sponsor.
He's a little cheap when it comes to.
I know about that.
But Chris's sponsor is much less cheap, so if you wanted to join Chris...
If we know him
his
personally.
name's Wiggum.
You could go house squatting.
Wiggum's super cool.
I'm sure he is.
He is pretty fun. We know him personally.
I
Well,
could put in a good word for you.
you know, as much as I appreciate that.
And we're the forerunners, so it would be kind of weird.
5 runners?
I can stand in the back.
Just
In the shadows.
Just eliminates the pun, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I understand. Trust me, I totally understand. I would not want to step on anyone's toes.
But anyone can do a half squat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a half squat.
I feel the need to jump in.
Herb just goes. Yes.
Everybody is Chris.
So at what point of the day is
Instead
it?
of everybody hates Chris.
It's winding down. Like dusk is setting in, and it's getting kind of darker.
So I guess I'll go get us a room.
I was about to do that. We're at the bar still, right?
Yeah, you're at the bar.
Yeah, so I'll just... We'll need 4 beds.
It's 4 rooms.
Guess so. Unless you wanted to share.
Pay gold for the night.
Okay, I'll pay.
Alright, so she takes the gold.
While we're
Hands you
sitting.
4 sets of keys.
Yeah. Are we sitting at the booth?
No, you guys are at the bar right
No, we gotta. I just.
So Winslow. Is Winslow.
Winslow's not.
Throp is at the bar,
Throp,
at the booth, but
Winslow went to drop off.
yeah. So, but I would say at
Allegedly.
this point, Whistle busts through the doors. Good news!
No.
I found the maps.
Oh, the map.
Yes, for our paying customers.
Yeah. Yes. Well.
Oh, Throp, my dear brother, I see you've already gotten us a table.
Yes.
So why do we need maps?
Oh, you're exploring ways to get to a city, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need maps.
Okay.
Maps are essential to get to where you're
And
going.
he said, oh, where are my manners? Here, by all means, slide in.
So what about a boat?
We'll discuss it.
I'm just gonna like.
Chris is sliding straight in, no
Alright.
hesitation.
And then he just kind of goes like this at the end of it.
Chris like looks at Gwyneth and like pats the
Gwyneth-
seat next to him.
Gwyneth stands. She like is standing at the end of the table. She's like, I'm fine. Which, by the way, I never got any of your names.
Oh, I'm Nastani.
Mistani,
Darrow.
Darrow,
Icarus.
Icarus.
And I'm Chris.
And
That's
Chris.
And
You've made that well aware.
And that's
right?
Herb.
Icarus, Chris, and Herb.
Yes.
Chris with a K.
Oh,
Make sure it's a K.
I'm not writing it down. I don't know why I would need to spell it.
Well, you might.
Okay. Alright.
On our marriage certificate.
When you're writing a letter to me later.
I'm not writing you any letters.
Maybe
I'm
you should
making
know
this
that,
very
just in
clear.
general.
Am I not making this clear? Okay.
It's
Alright.
He was hitting on my aunt when we were on the next
Okay.
time of it. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Alright. Anyways, Winslow, you have maps?
Yes, I found maps and I found ways to get to your city. You said you wanted to get to the big city, didn't you?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, I have found 3 excellent things.
3?
3. He puts one map on the table, then another map, and then another map on the table. Now, before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for dining with us tonight. But let's start. No fees for this one.
Sponsor.
Path 1. This is what we're talking about. You wanted a boat. Well, boats are nice, yes, but, how do you get one? Well, there's only little fishing ships, right? You can't use a little fishing ship.
It's not going to get you where you're
It's not going
going.
to get you very far.
No.
It's the desert. To travel along the coast, and you'll be fighting the waves the whole time. It's not going to do well.
Treacherous indeed.
Horribly, terrible plan to go by fishing boat. But I'm going to save part 2 for later. Let's move on to the other 2 options that are a bit better, a bit more affordable, and in your price range for somebody who's having to use Business Premier a lot. I'm taking everything into consideration for you. But that being said, so path 1. Well, we have some connections, and you could try and go through the jungle and then charter a river boat across to get you to Aurelia. There's many of those. I don't think they have a bridge there, but it could be a nice change of pace to go through the jungle. It's very much not scorching deserts, raging seas, that all. There's berries in the forest.
There's so many berries. They're very.
berries.
You have to be careful.
Lots of berries.
We should definitely do the jungle, guys.
Let's hear the other options, Chris.
That's my home.
lived in the jungle. Yeah.
We know all about the berries.
We know all about that, and we know somebody to get you there.
That is.
And
that
a
is
way
the case.
station of sorts, then we could probably pull a few strings to get you there for. But that being said, we'll call that Plan A, right? We'll put a pin in it, go into Plan B. Rolls out another map of the rolling dunes. This is the desert. You'll notice on this map it is just sand. That's because there's no tracks in the desert. Well, they do go for a little bit.
It's usually what deserts are.
People cross it all the time. That's the crazy part. See, normal people go in thinking they can take their horses, and that's how you end up a skeleton on the side of the dunes, buried eternally until you're nothing but ash.
Well, we like you guys, so we're advising against this.
Exactly. And we know just the person to talk to get you across the desert. It's with some unique creatures, mounts, if you will, both well-trodden, fierce and fighting, and, if need be, aquatic. Could be interesting, right? It's a good option. It's a straight, narrow path. Just head east.
Just a question. Do any of you breathe water?
Yes, this would
Underwater?
change plans.
No.
I'd have to go get a different map if you could.
None of us speak.
Excellent.
well-
No, okay.
There we are.
There
So
we go.
what are these mounts?
Oh, well, the name of our contact
Amazing.
sells.
Yes, and that information will come later. If
yes,
that's the
it's
plan you decide to go
proprietary.
with.
You want to decide your plan here, but I could promise you that these are mounts that you get to keep, as long as you pay price for them from, whatever he's asking. Which is not me, my brother, or my sister. Unfortunately, I wish we could provide the service to you, but gosh
Do you
damn
know
the
what we
gods,
could
we cannot.
Do you know what we could do with those creatures?
Oh, we
So
wouldn't be in
much.
the touring business or the sand shoveling, that's for sure.
Exactly. Oh, I'm getting chopped up thinking about it.
But method 3, it's a bit more pricey, but like my brother Throp said, he knows the commander, and if need be, he can get you in there.
He does have a favor under his belt.
He does.
A favor to get on the boats.
To speak with the commander. Now, negotiating a ship would be entirely on your own, but I've heard mercenaries making deals for different sorts of trades for the military here. They are all naval officers, so they're very focused on something right now. They got a big project going on, and I want to see what it is, but I don't know. Throp does. He won't tell me.
Yeah, he's very secretive, Throp is.
I'll have one thing in life, and it's my secrets. And I'll keep them.
No, it's
He
secrets
knows
can be
plenty.
handy.
For the right price, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's mostly about who's lying about a peanut allergy. And you would be surprised about who lies about that.
Peanut?
You'll never guess who it is. You'll never know.
Winthrop.
See,
I don't-
all of the stone face.
So what do you guys think? I like the boat idea. Mounts sound expensive.
Well, if we were to trade in the mounts we have, or at least get money, like sell them. Well, if we were to trade them in and pay the difference after we trade them in, it might not be as steep of a cost.
And if you need somebody to fence those horses for you, I know just the place to get the right price.
Anyway. So, I mean, depending on how much the mounts would go for,
Gwyneth, like,
then like, the cost probably wouldn't be too high, right?
So my thought is, even if we do go through the dunes or through the jungle, we will still need to find a place with a ferry.
Right.
Well, he mentioned these very expensive mounts we can find can be aquatic.
but that's where the underwater breathing comes in.
Well, we were thinking if you could just swim, it would lower the cost. But you could swim.
Ye-
You could swim.
Well,
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't either. That's a very
It's a
long
lot-
swim.
It's a lot to swim.
Very long.
Swim, shovel, sand. It's an easy choice.
Oh.
So I guess, what is it going to take to talk to the commander?
Throp.
Well, I only have one favour, and I'm going to be honest. It's going to be hard for me to part with a favour from the naval commander of both bases down here. So I could be, say, persuaded with monetary compensation
What's your number?
for a favour with the commander.
Non-negotiable, I'm afraid. But
If I had to put a price on it,
yes.
if I had to, I'd say 500.
Oh, that's actually pretty cheap, Throp. Are
I
you
was
sure?
thinking about saying a 4,000, but you know I like them.
think
and
that's
they,
more
I do
fair,
know that
but
they're in business
You
for
must
me.
really like these people.
I do. I think they're trustworthy. They wouldn't take advantage of a favour
Of
from
three
the base commander.
How much do you
orphan
think the mounts are?
siblings from their bastard father.
Oh. Oh.
Wouldn't that make you all the bastards?
No.
No, she just
Well-
gets confused when we're all so emotional.
Right.
So
We
how
actually come from a long line of bastards.
Lots.
Oh my god.
So
I'm sorry, I just
Chris
get
is
choked
crying
up.
too.
what about the
Holds on to
mounts?
Chris.
How much do you think the mounts would be?
If I had to estimate, I would say maybe depends on the ones you get. Like I said, these are not normal. These are exotic. As in, you really have to see what they have. But judging by the mounts that you rode up in on, I'd say that you would be somewhat familiar with the territory, maybe a little surprised.
I have a question. Why couldn't your giant bird get you there?
Oh, because it had small wings, but are you asking about his wings?
I'm just asking in general. You as a bird, or your
You
bird
could just
that you
try
bird-
everybody, right?
bird-
The type of bird it is not quite the it's more suited for land hunting.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I
You've
see.
seen one of those?
I've never seen.
It was here
I-
earlier today. Yeah.
You've told me.
We could go through the jungle.
I feel like I know what mount they're talking about. I think we saw it when we bought Marvis and Urena.
I'd like to wager that you haven't. I wager you 50 gold you don't know.
No thanks.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's a real wager. I'm just saying. I guarantee you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
So why don't you tell us what it is?
Well, that would ruin the
surprise.
surprise.
We have to decide
Are
on
you
your
adventurous
package
or not?
first.
So why would we decide on a package where we don't know?
We need to make an informed decision.
Yes, you could invest a bit, and we could be persuaded to give you the business premier package of getting the more detailed.
I seem to
documents.
remember you were paid for all services.
Yes, but this is an additional one.
And I seem to remember we did not
God.
discuss any additional services that might be added to
Yes,
all
we
of
help
the
you plan.
services.
We're helping you plan. But if you'd like the secret information, only to business class.
I understand you're orphans, but do you not know what the word all means?
We don't even have all of our family! How dare you!
I just had to bring it up.
So you do understand.
Okay, we'll find the rest of our
Gonna
family.
cry.
We'll find the rest of our family eventually.
I don't appreciate that.
Okay, I'm sorry he's a bit rough around the edges.
No, I will speak for these two for a moment. It is not a very steep price, but we could introduce you to our clients for a small fee.
Yes. Also,
So
in
that
a
you
roundabout way, you could say we're helping you win.
I understand that, you know, you do need the money to, of course, live, because it's essentially your job, correct?
Well, I could do this tonight. We could meet with everybody.
You're not answering my question. This is your job, so you're using it to get money, yes?
We do have to live.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
We've already paid you 50 gold today.
And that will be enough to get us through the next
you have
day.
to, Dave, you have to
Uh-huh.
understand that doing this champion's pursuit is very dangerous, because not only are we facing the dangers of what we fight, but also the other competitors. So any decision we make on the road has to be an informed one, and it's hard to make one when you don't give us the information we need for the options we're given. So I would like if you would please give me the information on plan B, so that I know what I'm doing before I buy.
Yeah, if you don't tell us what these animals are, we're not giving you any more money.
So you go ahead and make an intimidation.
18.
See there, huh? Look, okay. I understand where you're coming from. Now, pray tell, if you're looking for the animals in particular, I know that they do have birds similar to the one you rode on, that are native to the all of the creatures are native to the desert and the delta from Aurelia. So I could assure you that these creatures are probably well worth the investment. Would be. They're not ones that I would resell if you're travelling the race.
Okay. What are the names of the creatures we'll ride on then?
Oh, I don't know the names, but there's.
Do you speak with animals?
Yes.
So you
you could ask them. When
you
you
could
get
ask
there.
them.
Yeah.
I'm not. Do you mean the names? Like as
The
in, like,
species.
species, yes.
Well, there's some birds, some bugs,
Mhm.
big lizards. The big lizards are scary ones, but I bet a big lizard's pretty good.
Okay, I cannot in good faith do this to my good friend. I don't think that mounts are a good idea, brother. Let's just tell them straight.
They should just go to the base commander.
Yes.
How about if you give us your favor, I'll give you one.
That looks at you. What favour?
If you ever visit my home country, I'll give you a favor.
We don't travel much. I don't.
No, we're not travellers. Been here all my life, I have.
I travel a little. I
We're in a travels.
recently found them. Well, not recently, a couple of years ago. But I think the best way for you to get to where you're going, and I'm rooting for you. I hope you know this.
That we are.
Is the commander. He knows the ins and outs of the sea. He can get you where you're going, and I can talk to Prop and get you guys something better. In return for something not gold.
Okay. What if I was to offer you this? And I pull the ruby necklace out of the bag. for that favor with the commander.
May I take a look at it?
I'm holding on to it still, but I'm taking a look at it.
He kind of pulls it closer. He kind of looks at the table. With surprising strength, he does. And kind of reaches into his pocket and pulls out a little kind of eyeglass and starts looking at it. What? You want to sell this?
In exchange, you said it was 500,000 gold, something like that, for the favor, yes?
Yes.
500,000.
Yes, that is what we said.
500.
No, 500,000 is
No,
what we
I did not
said.
say
We agreed on.
500,000. I said 500 to 8,000, which is the price you said and gave.
You're right. It is about
It is.
1,000.
I was thinking more.
500. So would this
500
be?
to 1,000.
Oh
I'd
my
say
God.
about 1,000
Yeah.
on that scale.
Would this cover that cost for you? Is my question.
Oh no.
I was thinking more along the lines. And this might be a stretch, but could we come with you?
Team meetup. Hold on.
You see, Winslow and Throp have kind of themselves at the end of the booth with Quinn in the middle.
I'm gonna. What do you think? I'm also repeating the question to Darrow.
So, if you come,
Mm-hmm. Keep
we
in mind.
don't have to pay 500.
No.
A reduced price. A reduced price. I still have to use my favor with the commander.
No. I'm like, look as they're next to me. I'm like this. I
If
Okay.
I hear Wenzel's voice for another 5
I believe
minutes.
Gwen is saying just herself with us, which is much more bearable than those two.
Are they gonna keep trying to steal our money if we go to another country
I think
that they don't even know?
Okay, the only thing about. So the thing about this is that if you were to come with us,
We've been looking for a change of scenery. You know, want to
if
get out.
you were looking to come with us, it's. I mean, we're under the protection of our sponsor, so we wouldn't really be able to shield you under that protection with the sponsor unless we went through all the legal guidelines.
I am very capable of taking care of myself and my brothers.
She looks capable.
Actually, on that note,
I promise you, he's not all wrong.
I'm
He's
cool
just
with it.
us. I mean,
I just, here's my thing. Like I said, I used to travel a lot, but since I met my brothers, I have kind of been stuck in one spot, and I am trying to get my brothers a little bit of an education and culture,
There she is.
and I am trying to get out of here.
Cool.
well, then
with
who
me.
would control the business here if all three of you left?
Oh, we take it with us. Go New Horizons.
But guess what? You would have no dealings with it, and we would stop trying to
This is for
offer
the-
our business.
Yeah, that would be great.
It is
We're
much
not just
harder.
servants of the people.
It is much harder to travel the larger your group is.
Well, if you get a deal with the base commander,
Just to the city, though, correct?
just a city.
Just a city. Then we could be on our way, and you would never see us again.
That's cool with me.
Oh wait, I hate that idea. I would never get to see my girlfriend again.
We'll see each other.
My friend, girl.
Friend who is a girl, yes.
Oh
It's gonna
no,
blow you
I'll never
nose.
see my girlfriend again.
You will, oh my god. Oh, you're talking about. Like I mentioned, baby. I'm not mentioning her.
If you were to negotiate a trade with the base commander to take all of us, I find that would probably be acceptable as
I
long
agree.
as we are coming with you.
Okay. Let's
As
do
long
it.
as you're capable of defending yourselves.
I'm
Well,
capable
I'm
of
sure
defending.
the base commander would take care of that on his military boat.
Yeah, sure. Yes. If nothing else, I've got it.
So,
I'm sure.
I'll
when
have
do we go talk
backpack
to him?
leashes for them.
Well, first, I still have to use the favour, so tell you what, you get the deal going, and we're just gonna do a bit of insurance here. Give me the 500.
No,
I'll get you in, and when we get confirmation,
I thought that
I'll
I
give
would
it
we
back.
just.
I give it back. I just told him not to.
Okay, not 500.
No,
I
it's
give you
it's a
this
big deal
necklace.
with it. I really did. It's a real deal.
I
Gwyneth.
don't do not.
I really did win
You know
last
what
night.
you could have. You know what you could have done? Not gone. Like I told you.
I did it in a one.
I believe that.
Well, I'll give you this necklace as insurance.
It's not.
I'm not giving you 500 gold.
I
I
take
just
the
met you
necklace.
today.
This is enough insurance.
You have to convince me. I'll have the favor.
Okay. Do I roll a persuasion?
I'll also pull out my necklace and take the tiara off of Herb's head.
You see her just reach.
I'm gonna grab a rock from my backpack and give it to Herb.
Okay. Do I roll? Would I roll persuasion or intimidation?
Give me your argument first.
Okay. This is plenty. We're getting where we're going, and they're doing it. They're risking their necks, along with their race, whatever they're doing, to get us there. This is plenty.
Make an intimidation check.
7 plus 8.
Against Throps. Charisma. Alright. What'd you get?
I got a
15.
15.
15. Throp kind of looks at you. And kind of, you hear in your mind, we really do need insurance because this is a legit one-time only use. I'm not going to get another chance at talking to the commander, especially right now with what they're doing back there. We need some security here.
And you don't think the necklace is enough?
It's really not. The necklaces are maybe only worth 100.
Okay.
So,
Don't ruin this.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm just saying, we don't want to get bit again.
So wait, are they just staring at each other
Just
and they're
awkward
just...
silence.
It's kind of awkward
I'm
silence.
kinda used to it.
So, you guys want to order some appetizers?
Okay, how about $250 down? We'll pay you the rest.
But we're not paying the rest of anything.
No.
No,
So
I'm not
your
with this
collective goal is to get to Aurelia.
Yes.
And our collective goal is also to get to Aurelia. So we have a common interest.
Sure.
Yes.
So if your main goal right now is to get out of town, you use your favor to buy a chance at that. And we use our skills and resources to add to that chance. It seems like we're all contributing something to our collective goal.
I see where you're going.
Or would you rather continue doing tour guides and shoveling sand
Oh,
and just
no.
hoping that you'll be teleported to Aurelia?
We're honest workers, and one day we'll be able to afford it that way, but this would expedite the process, like you're saying. So, make a persuasion check.
23.
Tell you what. Wenzel kind of... I'm going to be honest with you. I don't trust the base commander to give us much of a chance, but if you want, we can go down that route. But I'll give you a little more info on the others. We can go speak to Keelsing. Keelsing here knows the trade of timber. She's in charge of the large operation that they've got going on down by the Wraith Woods. And we can talk to her about going to the camp, getting supplied there, and then moving to the jungle. Or we can go to Garbert. Garbert down by the entrance to the desert is the one who hosts exotic creatures. His creatures are very capable, but it's really up to the riders and listening to Garbert on how to get across. He used to be a guide. He's a little old for it now, but I imagine we could sway him to part with some of his well-tamed creatures. They are not just ordinary mounts, they are quite illegal to sell. If one were to perchance come upon them and use them, I suppose you can have them, but I'll speak to Garbert if you wish, and we can get his discount of sorts. He doesn't part with them normally, but I imagine if your pockets are deep enough, I don't know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, 3 of us. I bet we could get away with...
Herb barely counts.
Fair. With that being said, I'd say if you take 600 to him, you could probably get outfitted with as much as you need. That being said, the base commander, I see, is a long shot. You could go talk to him, but he gives real mercenary work. And I'm not sure what he'd be asking. He's been known to send out bounties. He's been known to make you do manual labor for a week. But he will come out on top of whatever deal you're trying to organize. So if time is not of the essence, then go to the commander. We'll go through with this, whatever this transaction here, when you put your deposit down and you, my brother here can feel comfortable letting go of his card. Or we can settle on one of the others, and for a price, and I do mean a price, I will introduce you to them.
Considering we basically have a bounty ourselves, I don't think we need to go to the commander.
Yeah. Maybe just take them out.
We get to the commander and he's like, there are these terrorists you have to deal with. Done.
Can you take us?
The choice is yours. You look like a capable group, physically.
So cheapest option would be to go through the jungle.
They're all going to be costly.
How much would the jungle cost?
Whatever Keelson is asking.
She's just gonna guide us.
She'll give you passage, if that makes sense. Passage through the jungle is usually very restricted, very limited. People don't get out alive, typically.
Take the mounts.
I get out of the jungle.
I'd argue the desert could be just as dangerous. It is a desert, and if you are not adept at traversing a desert, that can be dangerous too. But you can also risk it with the base commander. Now that everything's on the table, can we get back to business, or do you need a minute?
What do you guys think?
I mean, we're already on a dangerous road.
Timing is important.
Desert seems like a straight shot. It's obviously dangerous, but we'll get special mounts at least out of the price. Return on our money, at least.
And you believe 600 should outfit us?
For the technical four of you, I imagine 600 would cover what he has, yes. Looking at your pricing options. And I would not say that Garbert there is as lenient as we are with our prices.
I think the desert.
I'm leaning that way.
Especially if we have to keep the mounts, then it's probably, I mean, it's again.
Less depreciative.
Arguably, if you wanted, you could try too. Get the mounts anyway. And then go through the jungle or attempt to talk to the commander.
I say we just go through the desert. That's my vote.
Seems the most valuable.
I think we would have to sell the mounts that we have to go through the desert.
Yep.
Would we have to sell them to go to through the jungle as well, though?
I can speak from experience. It'd be hard for a horse to get through a jungle.
So we'd have to sell regardless.
Bird can make it though. Lots of birds in the jungle.
Are there now?
Yeah. Big ones.
Oh.
Small ones.
Yeah.
Round ones. Birds.
Birds.
I would like to not sell Urena if we can help it. If,
Yeah, I mean,
if we're able to...
we could just send word to Grigori that we left Urena here.
Or sold, I mean,
If we're able to buy one of the mounts from Darren
Garbert.
Garbert in the desert, then we could take that mountain Garena through the jungle, potentially. What are the three of you planning for mounts and escape?
Well, since we're being honest, I'm going to be real with you. We are likely going to attempt to use the commander's favor to gain passage that way, as
Yes.
we're not suicidal.
Yes.
I
would like to warn you, there are dangers in the desert that doesn't seem like there would be, but
there's a reason we didn't walk.
Drowning.
sure, that's
Honestly, it's not far-fetched.
quicksand is an issue.
Yes.
But
Well, we can go to the commander if you think you can get
here's
through.
what we can do as well. Don't know if you can tell, but we're pretty persuasive, and I have an eye for makeup. You have a bounty on your head, do you not?
No,
I do not.
we do not have a bounty. I was talking to my head to him about the bounty. Wasn't an out-loud thing.
Okay.
I-
I was gonna be
But we
like
have-
insight check.
do you guys have
Although-
a bounty on you?
Hmm?
Do you have a bounty on you?
I don't have a bounty
I don't
on my
think
name.
any of us do, but Darrow did mention something about when they said their records were clean. Darrow said, "Wish I could say the same." So he's at least hinted at a dirty record.
I would say you guys being well informed would know that you don't recognize them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that was just, where were we? We were,
In the carriage.
that was in Pluto.
There's no bounty on my name.
So what's the issue with taking the commander's name?
If you're worried, from what you've told us, it's kind of a risky bet.
I'm
Right.
just saying, from what I've heard, that he's going to either tell you to solve an impossible puzzle, go fight off a horde of bandits, or work in the shipyard for a week.
I say we do it. We gotta wait on Ren anyway.
That would give us time for Ren to catch up.
And we could help you with your puzzle. Or
Nope.
I,
You miss 100%
Not
of the
us.
shots that you don't
not
take.
not you.
Gwyneth, if you would like to be charitable, that is more than welcome.
Well
to.
then, we take up the favor with the commander. We do whatever task he gives us. Gain
And
passage.
I'm more than willing to help.
Okay. Settled.
Right.
Well, not quite. 500.
Insurance.
Yep.
Okay. Can I sleep in your room tonight?
I'll let you have my bed.
It's not. I don't need. No, that's okay. I really don't need that.
We're sleeping in their rooms tonight.
No. I don't want you to run off with my money.
I don't want you to screw up with the base commander.
Okay? So I can sleep on your floor.
I'll let you have my bed.
We can sleep on it tonight
Cool
and then
supper.
pay the insurance and go forward with the plan tomorrow. That way, you don't pass your favor without insurance, and we don't hand over an unreasonable amount of money without seeing it for 8 hours.
That seems reasonable.
Takes a look at you. All right. Deal. In the morning.
In the morning.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go hit the hay.
I stay with my brothers. I'm going where they go.
Chris is also just sitting there.
Chris, you have
You
a
can
room.
go to bed now.
You have a room. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm not tired.
Oh, I'm very tired, so I'm gonna hit the hay. Right, Winselanthrop.
They kind of head up towards the stairs to the second floor where their rooms are. Kind of.
Yeah.
They're- And then promptly close it behind them.
Lock it, just in case.
Deadbolt. 13 clicks.
Chris is standing by the door, hearing the "Aw, man." I don't know if he would do that.
He would.
She likes me.
So, with that being said, you all find your rooms. They are a bit small. There's a single kind of a twin bed inside each one. Perfect for some, a bit small for others. But you are within a presumably safe inn. Are you guys doing anything before going to bed, or?
I want to try to attune to my amulet, I guess, if it is magical, or at least see
Which
if
amulet is it?
it's the emerald one.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Imagine being 7 feet tall.
so, as everybody goes to sleep for the night, I think that's where we'll call tonight's game.
Woohoo!
All right. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you guys watching. I think I forgot to say this. Probably the past 30 million episodes because we're at 30 million and 2. But Ethan, make sure to.
Yeah, subscribe, and I'll appreciate you.
He'll appreciate you like he appreciates his
Tony.
Tony.
With an H.
With an H. Tony with an H.
So glad I didn't have cereal this morning.
I know, right?
That's unrelated.
That being said, so thank you so much for watching tonight, guys. We hope you have a great time and hope to see you again next Friday.
Friday. It's Friday.
No.
No, with that note, bye everybody. Good night. Bye.